Welcome back to Spearfishing Down Under. We are looking at day 2 right now of our recent trip to North Queensland. I got my good mate Josh Ball back with me again as we talk through day 2.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep, Tak?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Someone started a chainsaw up down the back there.
Still going. It was so loud.
It was so loud.
Yeah.
This is my humble abode. Up in the nose.
I was like Princess and the Pea with this thing in the back. Right where my hip wants to go.
Everyone loves sleeping on top of a filler for your fuel. How'd you go, Ball?
Esky's good. Esky's real good.
He looks real good.
Jones is still asleep. Can sleep, that lad. Ready for the breakfast of champions? Nothing.
Pretty hard to roll swag when you're standing on it.
Jones was in the boat laughing.
That way.
Stupid sharks. Alright boys, let's get this mess cleaned up. Ready for this, Jones?
Yep.
Sort of.
Redemption.
Had a lot of misses on the first day. Got the majority of those on footage, much to my demise. But yeah, I was out for blood. Day 2, I needed to get a big jobfish.
Before we get into shooting big jobfish, remember you did miss the first one. Let's just go back into this. This is day 2. You'd worked so hard the day before. Very first dive. Jobfish comes up. Talk me through this one, Borlo.
Yeah, in the back of my mind, I was thinking about those sharks we had an issue with the day before.
Yeah.
Same spot, going down, looking around, and yeah, I think I just rushed the first one.
Yeah. Big jobbies. Like, we'd seen some really good fish the day before. This one, you're on the bottom. Obviously, your diving has come good again. Another little purple cod there again. Some pearlies. And there was actually some really good pearlies.
Closed season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we had to watch those and the big snapper swim by.
Yeah.
And big jobbies coming in.
Here he comes. Straight at, which is, again, what
Textbook.
we talked about. Turn.
Just waited a little too long.
A little
on that.
too long. Listen, you redeemed yourself now in a big way.
Yeah.
Next drop. Talk us through the next drop.
I was like, that's enough of that. We need to get serious. These fish are massive. These are like 10 kilo plus job fish. We need to secure them, get them in the boat.
Yeah. Now, this is cool. When you first hit the bottom, jobfish don't swim up to you. It's actually a really nice Samson fish.
Yeah,
Something rare for up north.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, Samson. So in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, super rare fish.
Yep.
Should I shoot it?
Yep.
No, behind it,
Big.
massive job.
Look at him.
Look at this footage. Awesome. Could not miss that fish. He was close.
Oh, well, I don't know if he could not. It's happened before.
Mate,
Great start to the day, though.
in the head.
10 kilo jobby
Yep.
in the boat. And,
Turn his head
yeah.
and horse him up.
Yeah, I remember I was actually in the boat and I'm like, get it up, there's sharks. And there was actually no sharks when you landed that very first fish.
Thankfully.
That was the last fish of the day to not have a shark chasing it. From there on, it just gets wild. It wasn't just sharks on the bottom, but there were sharks on the top. I know I jumped in next drift. I think one of the boys hopped in a boatie and both you and I, we filmed like before we even dove.
Yep.
Big bulls. Just
It makes it hard to dive if you're worried about sharks on the surface, worried about them on the bottom.
Yep.
You're fending them off before you
didn't
dive.
get to the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult.
Now, I think you've got footage here, bulls just swimming under us. I got a bit of footage swimming under us. Tak filmed them just coming under us and we hadn't even dove yet. That's a big thing. Talk me through, like, I know what I have to do in this. Sometimes just switch the mind off, forget about it and just tuck the chin in and swim down.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to keep an eye on them. You can't turn your back on a shark. But sometimes if you block them out, you dive way better.
Next dive, Bolo, you come down on a really big school of jacks.
Whoa.
I'd seen them the dive before and I come up going, oh, there's a big school of jacks.
And it was going off, that spot. Trevally, big jacks. And hard part about a lot of fish is trying to find the big one.
Yeah.
Dive down, I've got jacks on my mind and sifting through them to try and find a good fish.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see me pick out a nice fish and didn't miss.
Didn't miss. You crushed it. Really nice jack. Pulled it up, and we got it to the surface. It was a really good fish. Around that 7.5, almost 8 kilo.
Great fish, yeah.
Great fish.
Great fish.
Next drop, me, you, Jones, we actually all dove together and landed sort of each side of this one large rock that is in this area. You hit the bottom?
Going off.
Yeah.
There's heaps of fish.
Yeah. I think a jack just swam up to you.
I had a look and...
You just shot a really good one the dive before.
Yeah, I didn't want to downgrade.
Yep.
But Jones...
He's over there. Tusky swam up to him. Jobby swimming up to me. I sort of keep an eye on the jobbies when I heard shot go off. You started head up, I started head up, and I looked and saw that Tusky, but I also saw the telltale sign of bull sharks. Boom. 2 bulls just annihilate. It was big Tusky, probably 10 kilos. Just annihilate this Tusky. One of the bulls comes off the Tusky and comes and have a look at me. I hadn't even shot anything and he's coming to have a look at me. And I feel like that moment was the start of things just getting tougher and tougher and tougher. Next dive, me and you dove together again, and we actually landed on the spot where I'd shot the Maori cod the day before. And you were focused on a Maori, but they were really flighty. I remember coming down behind you, and you were sort of following Maoris as they boom, boom, boom,
yep.
tucking under rocks.
I went full med.
You did go full med.
Chased that thing down,
yep.
and looking in a hole. And shot it deep in the back of the cave,
yep.
and yeah, they're a nice fish to secure.
I remember heading to the surface and seeing you wrestling, and I'm like, that spear's stuck and that's going to be pain. But you pulled it out, got it out first go, did the full med, well done, mate, and really nice Maori cod. Next dive, I think I ended up back in the boat at that stage, and next dive, the sharks were really just on. You were on the way down, and there's nothing worse than mid-water. Like, talk us through what goes on in your head just as you push past that really big bull shark.
Yeah, if you have to adjust your dive to avoid the sharks,
yeah.
it puts you off from the get-go.
Totally.
And heading to the bottom, big bull sharks coming in to have a look.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so hard.
So hard. We go back up and start drift. I think you jump back in the boat at that stage, and me and Tack did a dive together. We actually dove a little bit apart, and I didn't even hear a shot go off. But Tacker on the way down had actually shot a nice bull shark. Bull shark.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Tacker on the way down had actually shot a really nice jobfish. I just saw a shark off in the distance, and it looked like a fish moving, so I swam over the bottom. As I did, I see Tacker's jobfish fighting, and I swam as fast as I could because that bull shark just about to eat it. And I'm like trying to squeeze between the two. Tacker hit the surface, he didn't even know there was a bull shark chasing his fish, but I kept it off, and a really nice fish too, around that 10 kilo mark from Tack.
Great footage too.
Yeah.
That shark is super close to you.
Super close.
Yeah.
Painful fish. If you were as committed, you would save my fish as well. Go back up again. It's on. It's fishy.
Yep.
But sharky. My next dive, I was pretty keen on getting a jobfish as well for the day, and I'd shot a couple the day before. I really wanted a bigger one. I hit the bottom, and again, all that's gone through my head is get a good shot, because sharks are going to eat it. It's laying there on the bottom. Jobfish come in, just straight on again, trying to lead him. But again, he just get onto that rope a little bit.
Big fish.
Oh, as I was pulling it up, it was again, everybody in. And we got to the stage where it was all three of us bombing down, trying to keep the sharks off our jobfish. It was teamwork, the hyping.
So hard. Stupid sharks eating everything.
Triple team it to put it in the boat.
Good fish.
Phew.
What'll it go, you reckon?
Okay.
What'll it go, you reckon?
8 kilos.
Nice fish. Miss. Yeah.
Now, the next dive, I'm back in the boat. Tacker dives and shoots a big jobfish, but this one ended up really bad because your next dive was unwrapping 100 metres of line off the bottom.
There's one thing jobfish love, and that's a double wrap.
Sure they do.
It gives them a chance to get to the rocks and duck and dive. And as you'll see, Tacker got his fish.
Yeah.
It ran about 20 metres along the bottom between rocks and then got hooked up and got eaten.
Because if there's one thing jobfish love is the double wrap, there's one thing that sharks love is a jobfish stuck in the bottom.
Jobfish speared and stuck on a rock is easy pickings.
Yep, easy pickings. Now the next dive, we went back up, drifted back to the same spot. You and I dove, and the next dive for us was just sharks. You hit the bottom, and I think 2 or 3 bull sharks just as soon as you got there.
You don't have a chance.
No. Your dive was a bull sharks everywhere back up. I actually hit the bottom and stayed on the bottom, and there was one large bull shark.
Huge.
Now, as I'm laying on the bottom, you see right here, a shark comes in with a hook wound. It's got to be a couple of 100 kilo fish, massive animal, and a jaw that's just twisted, and just manky jaw from hook wound, and it swims right in front of me. I give it a poke, thinking that's it, it's gonna scare the sharks away, and another one same size comes just straight at me. Another one comes behind me, and I'm like, it's gotta be almost time to make a move. Let's just do a run. We actually jumped in the boat and did a run about 1.5 k's away.
And fast. We were fast. Thinking that, this is probably going to be okay. We actually moved to a spot that on the sound it looked amazing. And so we're all keen. We all jumped in together. And there was me, there was Tack and you. Jones was in the boat. Yeah.
I decided I was just going to head straight to the bottom. I could see jobbies on the way down here. And here it is. Just hit the bottom, look up. Jobfish, a wall of them. And trying to pick the big one. This is one of my favourite things to see.
It is an awesome sight.
Beautiful animals, beautiful fish. And trying to pick the bigger one. This one here has just had that fat round. That's my fish.
Nice.
Attempted stone shot didn't work well. And as you can see, it's gone on the string. And you can't control them when this happens. It's so painful.
It is tearing you a new one along the bottom.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to stop it from running because I know what's about to happen. You start swimming over here.
I heard the shot and started to swim over, but a little bit late.
That's you right there, yeah.
So you can see, my plan was to get in between your fish and the sharks, but they're in a frenzy.
Too fast.
And as soon as they take a bite, it's all over.
Yeah. Now, this footage of yours is just really shows how close they come and how fast they come. I did notice you get a little distracted and have a look off at a couple of other jobfish instead of just getting straight onto my fish. Right about there, you get distracted by that one, which gets you a little bit far away. But again, right now, you're trying to get over to mine and you see the bull and you're like, I gotta get there. Oh. Notice how quickly they can bite that tail off. Isn't it just a wild thing? This is the moment when you're just like, no, we're in trouble.
I'm out.
And then he comes straight. Nearly gets you on the leg.
So scary. When they turn on you like that and look like they want to eat you.
Yeah. Now, I probably shouldn't have kept pulling, but I knew if they eat the head, I'll lose my spear because it was on the line, and they just kept coming after me as well. I was giving a bit of a shout, which doesn't help the scenario. I was trying to make them go away, and I just think I was saying, hey, look at me, look at me. And then I had a big tantrum on the surface.
It's the first time I've seen that, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Sorry, mate, I couldn't keep him off. I was so ready.
Hey, went you, mate. Nothing you can do when they're going you.
You know, we obviously get in the boat then and start to say, are we going to land these fish? Like, I'm not sure this is actually going to work out for us. All right, so we head back to the boat to get in the boat, and there was a sea snake there. I saw it at the side of the boat just as I hopped in, because you and Tack decided to have a play around with this sea snake.
Mate, it came straight for us. Sometimes you can avoid them, sometimes you can't.
Sea snake. How did he die? He's going to get you, Michael. Yeah. Oh, so good.
We jumped in the boat. Tack was telling the story. Sharks everywhere. And we actually just decided, listen, we've been out here, we've shot some cool fish. We're not going to land anything else. Let's go back in and dive the headland on the way home that we dived the previous morning. It was actually a bit of a run in. It was a little bit rough, so it took us a while to get in. We got in pretty late in the afternoon, which we had a big drive home that night. It didn't matter, but we got in pretty late in the afternoon, and we thought, let's just jump in and see what's actually going on. Not knowing that it was actually going to turn into an epic dive.
It was fun. It was fun.
Awesome afternoon diving. When I first got in, I swam to the headland, and obviously we anchored the boat. First thing I saw was big mackerel, like
Massive
mackerel. Fish well over 20 kilos.
Shallow water.
Yeah.
Makes them look huge.
Huge. I followed a couple. Just they were a bit flighty. I couldn't really get a drop on them. Couldn't really get a dive, and they disappeared. So I thought I'd go and look for mulloway again and see if they were in the same spot they were the day before. Saw mulloway, and I just dove, and I was just creeping along the bottom. And as I was creeping along the bottom, that single mulloway turned into a whole school. And I think you were on the surface above me, and I was just creeping along the bottom, just trying to pick a big one. And as I was looking through that school of mulloway, I'll look above, and in comes one of those big mackerel, followed by a couple others. And I've just gone, change of direction, bang, and smoked. That mackerel just went flat out. You know, at one stage you actually looped back, and obviously spooked the mulloway on everybody and made it difficult. The mulloway went out on the sand and my mackerel went on the sand. At one stage, he did a loop back and spooked the mulloway again and made them go even further, making it hard for everybody. Really tough right there.
Just what I need.
Just what you
More difficulty.
Just what you need. You, at this stage, again, turn your camera off, dove, shot yourself a mile away with no filming. Well done again.
Probably the biggest fish out of the school.
Yep.
And didn't record.
Didn't record it all.
Stone shot.
Job well done. He may have even had a little injury in the past and survived.
What happened to that fish?
Jonesy. Jones is lucky he doesn't have a camera. You get caught because you got one.
True that.
But me and you end up at the boat together. Tackle was in the boat at the stage as well, and he was filming. And unfortunately, you got me at my absolute weakest when I could even lift that mackerel into the boat.
That was a big fish.
It was a big fish.
End of the day, trying to get that thing into the boat.
Yep.
It's 20 plus kilos.
Your footage of that's hilarious. I'm like, literally, I'm like, can you help me? Just about to shoot a Jew out of a big school.
You're joking. Look at the size of it.
I'm like, no, change my mind.
Nice. That's a stonker.
It's a big mackerel, eh?
Huge.
He's got to be 25, that knockoff. 1, 2, 3.
What a stonker.
I don't know if I've got the gun. I can't.
Yeah, oh, so close.
Double team me. Well,
Good? 1, 2, 3.
No. Yes.
We chucked in your mulloway, went back to the headland, and I actually saw some more big mackerel swimming past. I think you guys saw some big mackerel. I think you saw some big kingies as well.
Yeah, big kingy as well.
It was wild. It was just proper going off.
Awesome.
We got all split up, and it was obviously getting pretty late. I actually, off in the distance, I could see the Jew come back in on the mulloway, come back in on the rock, and I dove. And I was creeping around the rock, and just as I hear this shot come off, and the whole school just mobbed me. Shot one right in the face, come back up, and I see Jones has shot one as well, and he's fighting his. Hacker's missed, and it was just mayhem. I think you're at the other end of the headland. Absolute mayhem.
Good fun.
Good fun. Now, I saw that, and I got my fish in my hands. We sort of got separated, went all over the place again. And as I reloaded, I noticed another funky looking bigger one. And I dove, and I couldn't believe it. As I got down, black Jew. Like, I've just wished up mulloway, and I've never heard of black Jew or mulloway being in the same spot. And I just come down, and I tried to get a shot, and he was obviously, there's been spears flying everywhere for the last 15 minutes. So he just was too smart for me, and actually just tailed off and took off, and he took off into some wash area. And I spent the next sort of 20 minutes looking for him. I saw some really small mulloway. They were cruising around in that shallows, and I saw an area that looked like a cave. I thought, you know what? I've seen mulloway way further north living in caves, so I just dove into that cave and popped his head out from underneath that wash, and I shot myself a black Jew as well. Now, mulloway, black Jew, I actually swam over to you, and I'm like, hey Borlo, what do you notice here?
Hey, I was not expecting, one, to see two different species on that headland, and two, you had them in your hand, and I was like struggling to differentiate between the two. Mate, for you to shoot that out of the school,
Sure.
incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey? Look at this. You want to see something cool? What is that? No, it's different. Black Jew. Cool. I saw it with that school before. I've been chasing it for the last 20 minutes. I finally
You spotted it in the school on it.
Yeah, well, he just had this different shape.
And it was a really epic cap off for me of what had been a really cool trip. You know, we'd shot some really big jobfish, we'd shot some really cool fish like tuskies and some great eating fish. We shot some mulloway, shot a big mackerel just before that.
Yeah.
Then to shoot a mulloway and a black Jew within 10 minutes of each other, 20 minutes of each other was just absolutely wild.
Happy hour.
Happy hour. You did. Just we all sort of decided we're going to head back to the boat. I think you dove and saw some more little mulloway heading back to the boat. You actually, as you were swimming back out on the sand, saw some more mackerel.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, someone had already shown them what happens if they get too close to a spearfisherman, and they were cagey. Big mackerel.
Yeah.
And couldn't get close, but still clear water, being able to follow these fish is
Beautiful fish.
like awesome.
Absolutely.
Great to see. Mate, swimming back to the boat,
Yep.
we'd seen all those cool fish,
Yep.
and just following an eagle ray, it's just amazing, free diving,
Yeah.
not looking for fish,
Yep.
but just enjoying the ocean.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. We had a pretty short run home. It was pretty cool, and jumped back in the boat, and we're all pretty pumped with what had happened.
Yeah.
Right, maggots, what do we shoot?
Big jollies. Oh, they copped it, those jollies. Couple of plus 10s. Some jacks. Big jacks. Hueys. Big tusky.
Black Jew, mulloway.
Big tusky though. Yeah.
Did you miss any fish today?
I've never missed a fish in my life.
Never missed a fish. What about you, Jones? We only lost 5 fish to sharks.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
They're all over 10 kilos.
Oh, you filthy maggots, what happened?
Yeah. Okay, we saw Slade.
Got eaten by sharks half the day.
Nelly got eaten by a shark.
Look at those jobbies.
Alright, let's get ice. Purple cod, Maori cod, red emperor, big jobby, mulloway and black jew. I cannot believe I shot a mulloway and black jew in the same place. Epic. 1770 at its best right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mulloway head, mulloway jewels, black jew jewels. You can see the difference. Black jew round, a bit bigger, mulloway a bit longer. So cool. You do have a bad habit of laughing when people get eaten, but you didn't laugh this time. What's the difference?
Just because I was in danger as well. Not funny when I'm going to get eaten.
Yeah. Was it funny, Ball?
It was definitely not funny.
Absolute incredible 2 days. Thanks, Paulo.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for coming and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being light entertainment as always. We really appreciate that. And we appreciate you. Thank you all those that have been messaging me and sending me photos the last couple of weeks. It's been really cool. Again, we hope to just share them and share with others to show what our Spearfishing Down Under community is all about and what we're doing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you again for sharing. We trust that we're inspiring you as always to get out and be in the water. Even if you're like this bloke and miss a whole bunch of fish, just get in. Give it your best.
Have a go.
Have a go. Thanks, guys. Remember, you can get 10% discount if you use your discount code TimSpear at Adreno. Online, in-store, get your discount for all of your Rife gear.